Welcome back to Chef Jill's Kitchen. I am Chef Jill Holland with a spoonful of hope. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to find me on here like I do. Look, there I am, yay. Be sure to say hi if you are joining me so that I can see you. I have a great long list of thank yous for watching last time. I think I'm going to be thanking half of Egypt, but that's great. Thank you for watching. Hi Gail, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So our last episode we had our guest Inez from Nosa's Bakery, and she made a beautiful baklava cheesecake. So I want to thank everybody for watching, including, are you ready for this? Nancy B, Tira B, Willisha G, Girl Scouts of Citrus Council, thank you so much for that collaboration. Sherry D, Melinda M, Allah N, A, Shima M, Amani A, Muhammad E, M, Nosa's Bakery, of course, thank you for that. Michelle PK, Jessie C, Salma G, CFE, Marwa H, Christina T, Joseph K, Carol G, Omar A, M. Guys, I'm only halfway done. This is awesome. I love it. Sorry if I'm butchering your all's names. I apologize. But I'm so happy that you guys watched. So thank you also to M, Jen V, Feed Trend Cats, Ehad G, Deandra R, Katrina M, Tina W, Kate WY, Judy K, Eddie and Sandy F, Lynette J, Muhammad E, Ala K, Erica S, Wala AB, Ward W, Holly R, Susan S, Tota C, Evelyn P, Michelle B, Carrie C, Christina D, Judy K, Gail K, Paula K, and Holly R. So thank you all for watching last time. We had a great group. It was a lot of fun. So if you watch this video, even if you're not watching live, be sure to like it or make a comment. We'll see it and we'll give you a shout out next time on our Facebook Live. So today we are going to be making honey cornbread. Yum, 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 yum. This is going to go great with our the butternut squash chili that we made a few months ago. This is going to go great with just the plain tomato basil soup. It's fantastic. Hi Tara, good to see you. If you're watching, be sure to say hi if you're watching live so that I can see you. If you just like, I can't see you. So be sure to comment. Christina, hey! So cornbread, yum. We're going to use the wildflower honey for good. And remember, you can purchase this on feedhopenow.org. How about I send you to the right website? That's the Second Harvest website, which by all means, go on that website, sign up to volunteer, donate. But if you want to purchase these fabulous products, I've only been doing this a year, folks. Only a year. So the website for this, for all the Spoonful of Hope products is aspoonfulofhope.org.
Yay!
Be sure to use the code Facebook10 and you get a 10% discount on your whole purchase also. So let's get to making some cornbread. Yum. I love cornbread. I really do. So we're going to start off with 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of cornmeal. Hey Nancy, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. We've got half a cup of sugar. I have 5 teaspoons of baking powder. Make sure it's baking powder, not baking soda. So the difference between those two items is acid. No, not like trippy 70s acid. Baking soda does not have acid, and it needs an acid like honey or buttermilk or something like that to activate it in order to make it leaven, to make your cake rise. The baking powder already has a leavening agent in it. So that's the difference between those two. All right, so I'm gonna sift all of that together. If you don't have a giant industrial size sifter, I mean, why not, first of all? It's okay. If you just have a normal household size sifter, just do it a little bit at a time. But what this is doing, it's aerating the ingredients and it's mixing them together at the same time. Now, I am using kosher salt. So the kosher salt does not always go through the sifter, and that's okay. So right now I've got like some clumps of sugar, and I'm just gonna kind of bounce those around a little bit to break those up because the sugar will go through, but I'm gonna make sure everything is out of my sifter. And you can see that kosher salt, because it's a coarse kosher salt, it's not gonna go through that sifter, but we still want all that yummy goodness in there. So I'm going to add it in. But you wanna make sure all the clumps of everything else are out of your sifter before you do that. Because you want everything else aerated very nicely. And I missed my bowl a little bit, and that's okay. This is why we wipe our counters first. All right, so I've got all my dry ingredients in there. I have my oven back here set to 375 degrees. You could, depending on your oven, you could go as high as 400 degrees. You want kind of that high heat. I have 2.5 cups of milk here, and I have 5 ounces of oil. And that can be, I use, in our kitchen at Second Harvest, we use a blended oil. It's part olive oil, part canola oil. And so you can use a blended oil, you can use just straight up vegetable oil, either one. And I'm just gonna pour that into my milk just to have it all together. And then I'm going to break my eggs. So I have to thank my fabulous camera person today. Michelle is my camera person again this week. Because the hubby had to do his job. So thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome. I'm trying not to laugh too hard over here.
All right, so I've got 3 eggs. I'm gonna just break them up a little bit. If you're joining us, make sure you say hi so that I can see you.
Show off that spatula.
Oh, my whisk. My Star Wars whisk.
Your whisk, yes, not the spatula.
My Star Wars whisk. I think that was a present from one of my nieces. And I have half a cup of honey. So basically what I did was took the amount of sugar that the normal recipe called for, and I broke it in half. I did. Hi, Chef Ed. Good to see you. I broke it in half. I did half of the granulated sugar and half of the honey. So I've got the honey and the eggs, and I'm going to put that in here. And again, this is the wildflower honey that we're using. If you're using it, if you're going to eat the cornbread with something a little light, you can use the orange blossom honey if you so desire, or if it's going to be something a little heavier and a little more hearty, you can use the palmetto. But the wildflower is a good, just kind of all-purpose honey for that purpose. All right, I'm going to give that just a little bit of a stir, and we're going to mix that all in. All right. And so that was 2.5 cups of milk and 5 ounces of oil and the 3 eggs. So we're going to mix all that in and try not to sling it all over my laptop.
Or me.
Or Michelle. You know, it's the little things. Okay, and you're just going to mix this until it comes together, because you want it nice and light and fluffy, as light and fluffy as you can, as cornbread can get. Okay. And you're not going to mix it until it's like super smooth, because you don't want to over mix it. You just want to make sure all of those ingredients are well blended. Okay, so I've got that all blended together, and then I'm going to take my pan. You can use a cast iron skillet. You can use a sheet pan. I have a stoneware pan right now that I'm going to use. If you are using a sheet pan, like a cookie sheet pan, please make sure it has edges. Okay. But I'm just going to give that a quick little butter. My butter is super soft, so it went everywhere. It went on a little thick. So I'm just going to spread that out a little bit. And with the stoneware, because I've used it so much, I don't really need to butter it because it is well seasoned and it's not going to stick too much. With the sheet pan, you might want to use a little bit of parchment paper along the bottom and still butter the parchment paper. Okay, good. Now I have very buttery hands. And we're going to just pour that right in. Okay. And we want all that fabulous batter in there. And this will make, if you're using a sheet pan, it's just what us kitchen people call a standard half pan. So it's the ones you guys always see. They're about the size of a normal, I don't know, household sheet pan. Okay, so we've got that. We're gonna throw that in the oven for, since this is thicker, I did my sheet pan, you'll see, for about 23 minutes. This is thicker and it's going to puff up. So you might want to put something under this just in case it decides to spill over. But you can put this in. This will probably take closer to 25 to 30 minutes. But when you take it out, you just want to do that toothpick test. Or you can pat the top if it doesn't, like if it feels nice and firm on top. And if the toothpick comes out nice and clean, then you know it's done. All right, see? Nice and clean. All right, so that is the sheet pan that I made just a few minutes ago. And let me tell you, this kitchen smells awesome. All right, so now to go on our honey cornbread, we are going to make some honey butter. Yum, 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 yum. All right, for this, we're gonna come over onto this counter because I gotta bring my KitchenAid out. All right, we're gonna come right over here. Okay. And so I've just got a stand mixer and I'm just gonna use half a pound of butter. Which in household life, that's going to be 2 sticks. And I've had this sitting out so it's nice and soft. And this is unsalted butter. So I'm gonna use my whip attachment and I'm just gonna put it on kind of a medium. Oh, what happened? Good, I think I just blew a breaker. Fun. Let's try this one. Okay, that works. So we are going to come over here. Just try and ignore my messy counter. There we go. That's the first time that's happened live on air. All right, so we're gonna whip that up a little bit. And since it is unsalted butter, because I always work with unsalted butter so I can control the amount of salt that I put in, I'm gonna add just a little pinch of salt. And that's gonna enhance the flavor. And I'm gonna put just a couple tablespoons, or a tablespoon and a half. I'm going to turn this up so that it actually whips it. Kind of slinging it out of the whip too. You know, mix it all together. I love that string of honey going in. And I'm using the wildflower honey here also. Apparently I found the part that is not softened. Oh, the challenges of Facebook Live. I love it. But look at the difference in that color of the butter. There it is. Can you see that honey color? Because we added honey. Oh, I don't know if you can hear him, but my beagle is chiming in today. There we go. Now we got that one block of butter out of the middle. All right, I'm going to add just a little bit more honey. Just drizzle it in. Not set the timer for this, so I'm going to do that now. That looks really pretty. Honest, folks, I've done this before. All right, so you've got that real pretty, and see how it changed. You can see the color of this butter compared. It's a little darker now because we added that honey. Hi, Dee, good to see you. All right, so we're gonna take that all out. Now, you can either just put this in a dish and serve it just like this and let people spread it out. Or if you want to, hey, remember those molds that we used for the truffles back at Valentine's? You can put some of the butter in there and then freeze it and then pop them out and you've got shaped butter. How cute would that be? Or if you just want like a stick of butter, you can wrap this up in parchment paper and just kind of shape it into a tube, wrap it up, stick it in either the fridge or the freezer, let it harden up, and then slice it like sugar cookie dough. So we are going to use it right like this and put it on some of this fabulous cornbread. So we're going to come over here and we're going to cut into this. Oh, it's so fluffy. And just cut it in whatever size pieces your heart desires.
That's a lot of cornbread.
That's a lot of cornbread. They might see this at work tomorrow. Because I don't think I can eat. Well, Michelle and I are going to try and put a good dent in it tonight. But so you can see the parchment paper on the bottom here, because I had buttered it and it comes off real nice. And look how fluffy that is. You see it? Fluff, fluff. All right. You ready for some cornbread and honey butter? I am. Ala, hello! Alice says, I'm here just in time to eat. Exactly. All right. I'm going to butter that up for Michelle, and I'm going to butter one up for me. And you can also, when you bring this out of the oven, while it's still warm, if you brush it over the top, it's going to kind of seep down in there. Kind of, what is that, poke cake style? All right, Miss Michelle.
All right, Chef.
You ready?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't worry about crumbs. The dog will get them later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, my.
That is really, really good. And that butter on top.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly.
Wow.
So even just, like, I'm going to get some of the cornbread just without the butter. Like, that honey still comes through, even without the butter on top. You can still taste that honey. And like I said, using the different flavored honeys is going to give you a little bit different flavor. I honestly think that the orange blossom honey might be too light of a flavor for this, but the palmetto for sure would come out beautifully in this. I'm gonna totally throw you under the bus right now. So Michelle is trying not to laugh, but she is crumbling cornbread down her. And I can tell she's worried because it's going all over the kitchen floor. But like I said, the beagle will get it later. It's fine. This is so good. So, thank you guys. It's such a quick and easy recipe. Try it out. And, you know, if you guys make any of the recipes, be sure to post it to A Spoonful of Hope. Like, go to the comments and post it in there. So that we can see your creations also. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Be sure to Be sure to visit the website and pick up all of your products. We are also starting to sell Easter shaped cookies, spring shaped cookies. We've got little bunnies and we've got little eggs with a little Easter crack in it. They're really, really cute. Go to the website, aspoonfulofhope.org. Remember, it's spoonful, 2 L's, of hope.org. Use that code Facebook10 to get your 10% discount on your entire purchase. You can set it for delivery or you can set it for pickup there at Second Harvest. Or use the interactive map and get all of the retailers that we use and the locations and which products are being carried at that location. So that is really awesome because we've got like, what, 25 to 40 retailers? Like there's a ton of retailers out there right now carrying our products, and we're so excited and we're so thankful for that. So yes, Deandra, those cookies are so cute. They are really adorable. And I believe, so we're going to have different gift sets that you can purchase with those cookies. So check it out. They're really, really awesome. Thank you guys all for coming. Love you, miss you. Our next Facebook Live, April 1st. I promise that is not an April Fool's joke. It is April 1st is our next Facebook Live. We are going to do something that is normally something, but it's going to be something else. We're going to do a savory biscotti. Ooh. So we're going to pair that with our tomato basil soup. It's going to be so good. So join me April 1st. Thank you guys. Love you. Miss you. Be safe. Be healthy. Wash your hands.